So, heading toward the conclusion of our series on AI, let's give some more examples of a human that could be mistaken for an android, or an android that could be mistaken for a human. I'm sure many of you have seen the videos from Japan about androids, showing androids with human faces, but that are, for instance, middle-aged women whose facial expressions move, their muscles move, their eyes move, their eyebrows move. They're not perfect doll Barbie-like features. They look like people, absolutely like people. I guess unless you get so close you can see the pores in their faces, but otherwise you can't tell that it's an android. So let's say a human being has an injury to his face, and he, instead of a facial transplant, in which you have to take rejection drugs, etc., you can get a mobile android face. How can you tell whether it's human or an android? A human with an android human-looking face, or an android with a human-looking face? And as I say, the only way you can really tell is if it was a human to begin with. What did it start out as? If it started out as a human, it doesn't matter how many artificial body parts it has, it is human. If it started out as an android, it doesn't matter how many human parts or how human it looks, it's an android, it's a robot. And so, and regarding the Prime Directive for robots not to harm people, as I've mentioned before, robots can be weaponized. Armies of robots can be made. It all depends on the programming. It all depends on the software. And so, we need to be very, very aware of what we are doing, what we are creating, and how we are using it, and the potential psychological, emotional, and physical damages that can happen to a human who can get sucked in to believing that an android is a human. So we just need to keep this to the forefront of our awareness. I think this concludes our series on AI, and I'll see you next time for our next subject.